Welcome. My name is Ed Seal, and I'm the Family Medicine Residency Program Director.
What really stood out to me in medical school was the amazing faculty at the Ottawa hospitals. I knew that I would be very well supported here in the transition from medical school to residency, and that's exactly what happened.
We have a very passionate group of staff physicians that really love to teach with medical students as well as all of our residents. We really take a keen interest in how each one of you are doing over the 2 years. And we learn also from the residents as well, so it's a two-way street.
I really feel like they listen to resident input. They definitely put the effort every year to improving the program and making the program better, more reflective and just more beneficial for resident learning. There's one day of every month where all the residents come together in academic learning. So we sit in the classroom, we get a chat, we get to have lunch together. And just multiple days throughout the year where we have smaller gatherings between a couple different sites. It's definitely a very cohesive and collegial environment that we get to work in.
Every teaching unit has a chief resident, and the chief residents play a critical role really in the department. They attend meetings, their feedback is welcome, and often they can play an important role in modifying the curriculum.
The specialty clinics we have at Primrose are in a wide variety of things. So we have things like Well Baby Clinic, Procedures Clinic, Prenatal Clinic. So they help make sure that by the end of residency you're well-rounded and you've had exposure to all of these things.
If you were interested in becoming a community resident and working in one of the community practices that have been that are affiliated with the University of Ottawa, I think it really depends on your interest. But I think if I'm going to focus on one or two things, I think it's really your ability to feel like you want to be there, you want to take ownership and be a junior partner at that clinic. And that's really the type of people we're looking for in the community.
We're always getting teaching twice a week with up-to-date literature on various family medicine techniques as well as different things to learn in emergency medicine. We always have the opportunity to teach others, and working with med students and other residents, we kind of have that ability to learn what's up and coming, what's new, what to expect going forward. And I think the teachers are really on top of it.
L'Université d'Ottawa, le programme en médecine familiale, on a la chance d'avoir un programme bilingue, ce qui est vraiment unique au Canada, mais aussi en Amérique du Nord. Non seulement on a la chance d'avoir une formation bilingue, principalement francophone, mais aussi de desservir la population franco-ontarienne de l'Est d'Ottawa.
There are also two direct entry programs at U-Ottawa. One is the Winchester Stream, which I am in. It's just 45 minutes south of downtown Ottawa, and whether you choose to relocate here or you choose to drive in from the city, you're still able to get a good rural experience with comprehensive rural family medicine. And then the second stream being the Pembroke Stream, which is about 90 minutes west of Ottawa. You'd be more likely to relocate to that community, which I find is a good option because you get to really embed yourself into the community and live that day-to-day rural life that most of us residents that want rural medicine are looking for.
As a family doctor in Winchester, you get to do a little bit of everything and whatever you want to do, and it's small enough that there aren't a lot of specialists, so you could get your hands on things, but it's not too small so that you still have backup with Ottawa if you need it. So it's nice, kind of the best of both worlds.
I really love the city, and I think that some of the best things about it are not always the things that you see. The sporting activities, whether that's going to see sports or participate in sports, the leagues in Ottawa are so broad, so many sports available to play. The outdoor activities, the green space, and all the different things that you can do, biking, hiking, running. So for people who are active, it's a really, really great city.
J'aime aussi sortir dans le marché bail une fois de temps en temps, en famille ou avec des amis. À sortir dans les restos. Il y a des très bons restaurants. Vous allez être agréablement surpris. Il y a de la belle qualité.
One of my favorite things about Ottawa is its multicultural nature, which I think is very fitting for a national capital. And I absolutely love being able to provide care to patients from diverse backgrounds. Here at the Briere Family Medicine Centre in downtown Ottawa, I get to care and communicate with patients who speak my native Arabic, which is just wonderful.
J'ai un peu grandi avec cette image-là de l'hôpital Montfort comme étant un symbole important pour les Franco-Ontariens et Franco-Ontariennes. Donc pour moi, de pouvoir travailler dans ce milieu-là puis de pouvoir continuer à offrir des bons soins en français, à une population importante de l'Ontario. Ça me fait toujours chaud au cœur à chaque fois que je vois à l'hôpital Montfort là, en me déplaçant ici à tous les matins.
As a new mom who has just returned from maternity leave, I found that the program was extremely supportive in preparing me to go on leave during my maternity leave and as well as transitioning back. Like I didn't have to choose between my role as being a parent and as well as an effective family medicine resident.
It's nerve-wracking. The whole CARMS process is very nerve-wracking, but I think it's always important to kind of remember what's important to you. And what was really important to me was obviously family, knowing that I have the backing of everybody on the team, whether it's my staff supervisors, the administrative staff. And I just feel super grateful to the support that I've gotten so far. And that's, I think, is really important to really factor in that, knowing that you're going to be supported no matter what.
There's such a focus on well-being and attaining a work-life balance, and I can't even express how appreciated and needed that is in residency when it's kind of the most busy time of your medical training. So we do get to go to the Akwesasne Reserve in our first year of our residency every other week, and we really get to delve into Indigenous care and caring for people in more underserviced areas.
We have an incredible wealth of researchers that play an immense role in ensuring that vulnerable populations specifically are able to have evidence-based data to help guide a lot of the policy decisions. A lot of the residents have an amazing opportunity to work with some of the most incredible researchers in the country.
The thing with research is the more of it that you do, the more you want to do more of it, the more that it inspires you to do a little more, to push yourself a little bit further. The more articles you read, the more you realize, hey, I can do this too. Like I can analyze data, I can collect data. There's lots of opportunities to look around the clinic at things that you can improve and things that we can do better, and try to incorporate that into your research and make that a little project.
I decided to apply for a +1 program in oncology. So I'm really excited that I get to explore different areas of medicine and family medicine and have the opportunity to continue my training right here in Ottawa.
And the program directors that we have and the faculty that we have in some of those enhanced skills area, emergency medicine, palliative care, care of the elderly, sport and exercise medicine, women's health, the list goes on. And those are the people that really make our program strong. And I think that that's something that really draws people to the University of Ottawa, is being exposed to these practitioners and these really well-respected physicians in their area of expertise.
I'm currently working as a physician on the geriatric rehab service at the Elizabeth Bruyère Hospital. I was interested in looking at that when I was going through CARMS, and I did like the fact that there was a lot of different opportunities for PGY3 programs, and in particular there is also an option for a self-directed third-year program.
Ottawa has something for everyone, and I would also say that our program reflects this. And really, when you're looking at the various different streams, you want to ask yourself a few questions. Number one, do you want an English or a French program? Would you like an urban or a rural practice setting, and as well as a community or an academic center site?
You know, if you're interested in applying to our program, the key thing is you want to empower yourself with knowledge. So what I would recommend here is speak to all the people who are willing to speak to you. The program director, the site directors, the unit program directors, all the administrative staff, the chief residents and the residents in our program. Everyone's willing to answer questions.
We're here, myself as a program director, as a community preceptor, but as a colleague or a future colleague, we're here to answer your questions so that you make the right decisions that are important for you. And I think you're going to find that the people in our program are committed to doing just that.